Alright, so as you saw in the video that went up yesterday, the Arizona Diamondbacks clinched a playoff berth in National League wildcard game because the Dodgers, well, they kind of cooled down at the end of the season, but still opened up such a lead that we could not catch up with them. Both our seasons are finished because we played a two-game set in Australia to open up the year. Um, the other team that makes the playoffs is going to be the New York Mets, most likely. These guys might play a win-and-in game, though. They did not score many runs this season. That might actually be the worst in the NL. 36. Yeah, it was the worst in the NL, it looks like. Yep. But they have such a dominant pitching staff. They also gave up the least runs, it looks like. 534. Yep, they had the worst offense, but the best pitching. It looks like in the National League anyway. We'll probably be taking them on in the wild card game, which would be David Price versus Matt Harvey. We had a near 320 OBP as a team. It's pretty good. So that's the standings. Here's gonna be a wild card or your playoff picture. It's going to be the Pirates and the Nationals would be the 2-3 seed, and the Dodgers will be taking on the wild card winner. In the American League, it'll be the Athletics versus the Mariners and/or Yankees, Tigers, Angels, Orioles. Actually, the Orioles I think would be eliminated because there's 2 games left in the season. So the Angels could make it if the Yankees lose both their games and the Tigers lose one of their games. Yeah, the Tigers would have to at least go 1-1. If the Tigers lose, they'd be probably out. Yeah, they'd be, well, I don't know. They can't lose both. They have to win at least one. And it would be the A's taking on the Mariners or any of those 3 teams. And then it would be the Royals versus the Red Sox. Looks like the Red Sox had a pretty good year. Blue Jays, opposite of what they're doing in real life. So let's look at team statistics. Paul Goldschmidt played 160 games, pretty good. There we had 5 players who played 140 or more games. Team leader in average was J.B. Shuck, but team leader in average of a player we had the full year was Denard Span, 276. We had a really bad year hitting. Our team leader in hits was Denard Span. Runs, Goldschmidt, doubles, Goldschmidt, Span was up there though, and Rendon is up there high in a lot of these categories too. Our leader in triples was actually Paul Goldschmidt, with J.B. Shuck and Chris Owings tying for that lead as well. Home runs, Goldschmidt, with Trumbo having 23 in just 106 games. He missed a lot of the season with some sort of injury. I don't remember what it was. And then Rendon, Montero, Ross all at double digits. RBI leader, Goldschmidt, Rendon. Rendon is like our second best hitter this year, even though he only had 257. He had a lot of walks too. Trumbo, 80 RBI. Trumbo had really good stats for as few at-bats as he had. He hit 264, which would be, I believe, close to his career. I believe his career high is 266 average in a full season. Montero, Nava, and Span all had more than 60. Stolen bases, all these guys had double-digit stolen bases. Campana ended the season on the DL, so he was not able to get double-digit stolen bases. Stolen base percentage, Span, Shuck, Goldschmidt, not so high. He's normally a lot better. Walks. We had 3 players walk 50 times or more, and 6 walk 40 times or more, with Trumbo having a really good walks year too, even though, you know, that's not bad. Goldsmith struck out 150 times, but other than that, we only had 4 players who struck out more than 100 times. Not counting Morse. Trumbo would have been up there, but that's pretty good. OBP, Shuck 370, Goldschmidt 365, which is incredible. Nava 360, Montero 337. It kind of falls off after there. You know, Chris Owings was like right under. I want all the starters to be around 320, but he was right there, so we'll mulligan him. Total bases, Goldschmidt. Fielding percentage, Denard Span, Goldschmidt, Montero all fielded 990 or better, with Rendon at 982, which is still pretty good. Best hitting versus right-handed pitching was Shuck, which is surprising because his contact rating is lower. Span 303. He had really bad against lefties, though. We're going to have to look at that going into next season. possibly replacing him in that number 2 hole against left-handed pitching. Nava, 263 against left-handed pitching is really good because he doesn't have very good ratings against left-handed pitching. Pollockett really good against righties, which is surprising. Montero really good against righties, not terrible against lefties either. Goldschmidt, rough. Owings, better. Left-handed pitching, we annihilated. 288, 283, 274, 273, 272. It looks like the team collectively hit well against left-handed pitching. Although the average was higher, it was more top-heavy against right-handed pitching. Pennington had an awful year, too. Look at that. Leader in average of runners in scoring position was Tuffy Gosowich, who ended up hitting 267 with 5 home runs, 20 RBI. Pretty good. Montero at 338 with runners in scoring position. Rendon 316. Nava 308. Span 299. Trumbo 298. Pennington 280 and Shuck 275. With Goldschmidt did actually have a good year, even though he led the team in RBI. Other important stats would be walks to Ks. We had 5 players with a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is pretty good. And it might be the only other really important hitting stat. Let's move on to pitching. Kelvin Herrera appeared in 75 games. Most of those are probably the Royals, though. We did acquire him mid-season. Leader in wins, Price, 13-13. He did break even in the season. He was like 5-8, 5-9 for most of the season. He got hot toward the end. As you can see, he is on fire. Bronson Arroyo, 12-9. Miley, 11-13. Cahill, 8-11, 8-7 for Delgado. A lot of our bullpen got a lot of wins though too, which is pretty good. Losses, these guys all had double-digit losses, and Arroyo and Delgado were close. Our rotation wasn't. It was really good, but like in terms of wins loss, it wasn't absolutely fantastic because we didn't score too many runs. Team leader in ERA was Ziegler, Ramos, Herrera, Crow, Putz, Reynolds were all up there. Even though Reynolds got sent down at one point this season because we acquired Cesar Ramos. Our bullpen just absolutely phenomenal this season. Price, Delgado both had ERAs under 3.20. Sanabia did good once he got called up. Addison Reed 3.5, which is not that great for a closer. 3.67 for Miley. Cahill and Arroyo both at 3.86 ERAs. Cole Mentor played the whole season at 61 1/3, but not such a great. He had a decent opponent batting average, but not anything special. And these two got sent down halfway through the season. Quality starts, Price 22 for 33, Arroyo 20 for 32, Miley 17 for 30, 15 for 25, and 13 for 25 with a 1-for-1 from Bolsinger. Complete games, everyone threw at least one complete game in the starting rotation, and Bolsinger did 0-1 too. Shutouts, everyone had at least one shutout, surprisingly low numbers for some of them. Addison Reed went 54-57. That's decent for a young closer like him. That's not that many blown saves. Innings pitched. Price was the only one to cross 200. Those guys both had more than 185, and those guys both had more than 160. Herrera had 85, and Crow had 82 out of the bullpen, which puts Coleman are both over 60. Hits allowed, Arroyo. Runs allowed, Arroyo. Earned runs, Arroyo. That's pretty good. No one gave up more than 100 earned runs this season. The only player who didn't give up more than 20 home runs was Delgado, which is surprising because I think he has the lowest rating out of anyone here. Oh no, Arroyo. Walks, who issued the most was Cahill, but it was still like 61, so that's pretty solid. As you can see, that's just a rundown of that real quick. Strikeouts, Price 177, absolutely phenomenal season. Everyone had over 120 strikeouts in the starting rotation, and Herrera had almost a strikeout per inning pitched. Crow, same thing. Most of these guys were like that, so that's good. Thatcher actually had more. He had a really high K rate. Ramos didn't have that great of a year as far as that. Whip leader, Ziegler under 1, Crow 1.04, Ramos, Price, Herrera, all in the same kind of range, which is really good. The worst on the team was Joe Thatcher, Will Harris. Yeah, Addison Reed's was really high. That's a cause for concern. Anything else? Oh, how did we hit? Our pitchers hit. I don't know why the hell they hit at all, but Price hit 181, Arroyo 143, Delgado 122, Miley 91, Cahill 74. Price went 13 for 42 with 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 RBI. Very solid. He also drew 3 walks. Everyone drew a walk except for Delgado, and not a lot of strikeouts for them. OBP, Price had a 208. I don't know why this is. I'm only showing this because this is we're a National League team, so it is kind of important. Price also at 211 with runners in scoring position, so that's pretty good. But that's it for player statistics. Let's go with team rankings. We were 10th in the league in batting average, 255. They made the pitching really good this year for some odd reason. Like really, really good this season. Last year saw Goldschmidt 87 runs scored. Hits we were also 14th. Doubles we were 2nd, so a lot of extra base power for our team. Triples, yeah, we're not high up there because we're not very fast, but we do get a lot of extra base hits though, as you saw. Home runs, we're actually very low on this list. Yeah, 24th, but we did have 3. Okay, Morse doesn't count, so we only had 2 players with 20 or more home runs. RBI, we were 7th. Stolen bases, we were actually, I think, last. Oh, we were last for a while. Wow, Miami really did not have a good season as far as stolen bases. We were last for like half the season, which was why I got Shuck at one point because he had decent speed. Although the steal rating kind of screws it up in this game, so I don't know. Caught stealing, we'll just look at stolen base percentage because it's always the same thing. We were 26th, so we do get caught stealing a lot. Walks drawn, 11th. That's really good. That's probably the highest I've ever had a team in MLB to show. Strikeouts, we were the 7th best team in terms of plate discipline. Slugging should be higher on this list. Oh no, 390. OBP was 11th. I want that to be a little higher next season, but we do have a lot of younger players who are trying to progress, like Chris Owings and Anthony Rendon. Total bases, we were only 19th. Plate appearances, blah, 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 blah. Fielding percentage, we're low on this list. Yeah, 983. Not a strong defensive team, even though we have Span and Goldschmidt and Montero. Everyone else is pretty weak defensively. Team ERA. This is a very interesting one because there's only 5 teams with, or 16 below 3.5. We were right there, but normally that's a little bit, well, I don't know. But as you can see, this White Sox 4.5. Only 1 starter under 3 or under 4. Complete games. Don't need shutouts. Saves, we were 2nd. Addison Reed had 50, which was, I believe, tops in the National League. Blown saves, we were tied for the best in the league in blown saves, which is really good, even though he did blow 7. 7's a pretty low number looking at some of the players on, well, it's about average. But you can see Tommy Hunter blew 8, Sergio Romo blew 9, and he's like a 90 overall. Same with Houston Street blew 10, Jansen blew 9, Frieri 11, Rosenthal 10, and those players are all higher rated than Addison Reed. Hits allowed. I'm looking at these pitching stats more because I'm more invested in that than our hitting. Hits allowed, we were 18th actually. It's not very good, but we're 8th in the league in runs allowed and 6th in earned runs. Homers allowed, low on this list, or middle of the pack rather. Delgado did only give up 13. That might have been lowest among starters. We'll just look quick for anyone who had less than 13. Kershaw only gave up 13. That's it, I think. Yep. Walks allowed, 3rd best. Strikeouts were very low on that list. We don't have a lot of strikeout pitchers. Win percentage, tied for 3rd. Batting average, we're back to that. Achievements with organization. I wanted to. They don't have Hall of Fame members. Is it Randy Johnson in the Hall of Fame? No, maybe not. Never mind. Awards. Who won the league awards? Tulo. Cy Young went to Waka, even though he got roughed up in that last game, as you saw. Probably cost the team the chance at the playoffs. Batting title went to Votto, had a dominant season. Papelbon won Delivery Man of the Year, which is the whole MLB. Otherwise, Addison Reed probably would have won it for the NL. Rookie of the Year went to Oscar Taveras. Someone I've been interested in trying to acquire this season, too, because he hit 287, and we don't have a lot of outfield production. Polanco is someone else I was looking at. Guerrero had a really good season, too. We, I believe, won a Gold Glove or Silver Slugger at second base. Really rough year for second baseman. It looks like hit. Well, I don't know how Rendon won a Silver Slugger, but he did, I guess. That's awards for the NL. We'll look at the AL quick too. MVP, Miggy, Cy Young, Anibal Sanchez. That's like the fourth time or the third time in 4 years that someone on the Tigers has won a Cy Young award. Batting title, Victorino. Had a dominant season, even though he only had 10 and 55. He had 500 at bats, so he's hitting like 350, 400 for part of the season too. When I was looking at some of the stats, we already looked at that. Rookie of the Year went to Marcus Stroman, who's actually in real life, as I record this, making his first MLB start. It is Saturday, May 31st, 2014. He had 252 strikeouts this season. Phenomenal. I hope he can do that in real life. Tanaka did finish third. He didn't lose 10 games. Hank Aaron, Miggy, and there's your Gold Glove, Silver Slugger winners. J-So hit 313 this season. All right. So who's hot going into the playoffs for the Diamondbacks? We're not gonna look at every team. Gotta get a new controller. Shuck is on the up. He hit 349 with 2 home runs and 4 RBI. Montero's on the down. Everyone else is on the up there, including Gosowich, who probably won't play that much in the playoffs anyway, depending on how far we make it. League leaders in batting average. Nava was 10th, and he only had 291. Really weird year. And Chuck, I guess, didn't qualify for that. I don't know, because he did over 303. Hits, Span was in 10th, and Goldschmidt was in 12th. At bats, Goldschmidt tied for 6th in the National League. Doubles, Goldschmidt was 2nd, 1 behind Jason Hayward. He almost led the league. Span had the 6th most, and Rendon was 10th. Triples, I don't think we're up there. Nope. Goldschmidt, 8th in home runs and 5th in RBI. Runs, 7th. Stolen bases, we're not going to be up there. Where did we finish? Just out of curiosity. I'm not looking through all that. Walks drawn, league leader, Paul Goldschmidt. Walks drawn. 4 more than McCutchen, and pretty distant between the rest of these guys. Slugging, OPS, wins, Price had 13, 11th, tied with Franklin Morales, Kershaw. Jeremy Hefner, Dylan G. How did he... What? Why did he pitch? I'm so confused. We're going to have to go look at that. J.C. Boscan, a catcher, pitched to a 2.81 ERA, went 13-9 with a 1.15 WHIP, apparently. Okay. That's all the players who got 13 wins. We're going to look at the Dodgers. Losses, Delgado had the 4th least in the league. Saves, Reed, leader. The game just froze. Let me cut this out. Come on. There we go. ERA, not up there. But we are in the top 20, Delgado and Price. Homers allowed, Delgado tied for the league lead. Shutouts, nope. Strikeouts, clearly no. Complete games Boscan again. Jesus. Innings pitched. Price 215 in a third. It's pretty good. Walks allowed. Arroyo second. Delgado. Game froze again. Delgado was tied for ninth with Jeremy Guthrie, Henderson Alvarez, and Jeremy Hefner. We'll wait. Oh, to qualify. So we'll see why Shuck didn't qualify for the leading batting average. I think it's one. I don't know. Come on. Okay. Price up there at 11th. But that's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Let's look at that. Dodgers. Pitchers. How did they even get him to pitch? It's so strange. J.C. Boscan. He didn't play all season as a position player. And he's not going to be listed under pitching because he's not listed as a pitcher. What the hell? Wait, I know what I can do. Just for a brief moment. Where is... Am I not... Oh, I can't switch him to a pitcher. Honestly, I thought that would work. We're going to have to definitely look into that a little bit more. I wouldn't have noticed that if I didn't do the stat recap. That's really strange. I don't know. That's his stats, though. Whoever knows what's up with that, comment away. I really have no idea what the hell's going on. I'm definitely going to be talking to or trying to contact the developers about this because it's very strange. I've never seen it happen before. But that's going to do it for the stat recap. We're taking on the Mets in the first round of the playoffs. So stay tuned for more Diamondback baseball.